Hey, third grade. Today we are going to talk about lesson 12.7, and this deals totally with triangles. You've been used to triangles since you were little because triangles are usually one of the first shapes along with circles that you learn. But there are some special things about triangles you need to know. I'm going to give you what lesson 12.7 talks about here in this video, and then I'm going to discuss some extra stuff that you don't really need to know till 4th or 5th grade, but I will provide you with some bonus material in another video. So today we're going to talk about 3 different types of triangles, and then we're going to talk about 3 different sides of the triangles. And the first thing we're going to discuss with triangles, when we identify them, we can identify them by their angles or we can identify them by their sides. Now we know that all triangles have 3 sides. They are 3-sided polygons. Better put a dash there. 3-sided polygons. They are not quadrilaterals because a quadrilateral has 4 sides. They are triangles, 3-sided polygons, but they are still polygons. With these, let's take a look at the different types we have. First of all, we have a triangle that has a right angle to it. So let's draw a right angle triangle here. I'm going to draw this using my protractor. You do not need a protractor in 3rd grade, but I am going to use one, and I will again discuss it in the next video how it works. This part is just a ruler. You could use this ruler instead to draw your triangles. All of that would work just fine. This triangle has 2 smaller than right angles, but it has 1 right angle. And remember, a right angle is 90 degrees. We've discussed that before, that in a circle, there's 360 degrees. So if we take a look at that circle again, there's our circle. And if we were to cut it just like this, there are 90 degrees from here to here. There's 90 degrees from here to here. There's 90 degrees from here to here, and 90 degrees from here to here. And we know that 4 times 90, 4 times 9 is 36, and we have it in the tens place. So we have 360 degrees. And we write the degree sign right above it in a little circle. So that's for a complete circle. Even though an angle here is not a circle, we're technically measuring this area right here. When we do this right angle, you say, oh, this angle right here, but we're technically measuring this arc way out here. From here to here is 90 degrees, but we put the angle right inside here. Okay, so we have this right angled triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Gave you a little extra there, and I'll erase that. So what you need to know, right angle triangle, boom, right there. Then we have a triangle that has an angle greater than 90 degrees. So let's take a look at our greater than 90 degrees. This angle in here is bigger than 90. If I had a 90-degree angle, it would go up like this, maybe over like this, and this would be the 90 degrees. But we do not have a red triangle here. We have this blue triangle, and that angle is definitely bigger than the 90 degrees. So that is a greater than 90 degree, or greater than a right angle. And lastly, we have one triangle in which all the angles are less than 90. I can draw that one with my hand. This one, all 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. So this triangle has all 3 angles less than 90. So you are either going to have 1 right angle in your triangle, you will have 1 larger than 90-degree angle in your triangle, or all 3 of your angles will be less than 90. Now this one does have 2 angles less than 90. This one also has 2 angles less than 90, but not all 3 are less than 90. Because if you have 2 here and 1 here, so these are your choices that you will have. you'll have 3 different types of triangles based on their angles. Now, besides angles, we can also take a look at the different types of sides. I'll keep this up. One is no sides are the same length. So I'm going to draw this like this. That's 2 inches long. This one is going to be 1 inch long. And this one is actually longer than 2 inches. You might think, oh, but see, from 1 to 3, it's actually a little longer than 2 inches. So there we go. All 3 sides are different lengths. So I'll put that down here. Different lengths. Okay. We also could have a triangle in which 2 sides are the same length. And if we have a side with 2, I am going to draw 2 inches, 1, 2. And I'm going to make this one 2 inches as well. 1, 2. And then I'm going to put them together. Down here. I'm going to actually mark it with geometry marks. That is to show you that these 2 lines are the exact same length. If you were wondering how we would do that on this triangle over here, and being able to see on this one down here that I put the same lengths, we would mark it with a 1, a 2, and a 3, showing in a triangle that all of these are different lengths. But here we have 1, 2, 1, 2 to show that these are the same. We don't need to do anything to this one because we know it's not the same. So here we have 2 sides the same. And lastly, we're going to draw one in which all 3 sides are the same length. So if we do that, I need to make sure that my angle is right. So we have this, we have this, and we have this. All of these measuring right about 1.5 inches. We would mark this one like this. This is all 3 sides the same. So here we have checked the triangles based on their sides. Here we have different lengths for all 3 sides. Here we have 2 sides the same length. And here we have all 3 sides the same length. 3 different types of triangles. Again, up here with angles, we have a right angle, we have a greater than 90 degree, and we have all 3 angles are less than a right angle. So let's take a look at identifying some of these triangles with these traits. I'm going to pull this up and turn it over. Just so I can write on it. I'm going to use that other side in the next video. Okay, so we've got some open space right here. Let's take a look at a triangle like this. I have given you a hint as to this triangle already. We are looking at this triangle, and I'm going to show you one more thing. This triangle can be identified 2 ways. You should be saying to yourself that this has a right angle. Correct. This is a right angle triangle. Right angle. There is something else to this one that you should notice. I used the geometry marks to show you that 2 sides are the same length. So One is this is a right angle, and the other is two sides are the same length. Two definite identifying marks in a triangle. And this tonight is exactly what they're going to be asking you. All they're asking you is to identify. Can you find the one that has a right angle? Can you find the one that has no sides that appear to be equal? Remember, angles, lines, and it can fall into several categories at one time. Enjoy the lesson.